Welcome everybody to Bricks and Toys. Today we are doing, I think is a 6-month studio update. This video is not within the normal schedule. It's shot every other day. This video is not every other 4 days like we normally do. And that's because I wanted to give you guys one more video in October. And I figured the best video I can make for you guys is let's update on the studio. For the last almost 2 years I have done this channel. I have done this channel with making how much more have we done studio collection tour videos. For the first time, because of my move, if you guys are new to the channel, I've recently moved from Las Vegas back to Sacramento, California, about a 10-hour move. We have actually decreased the size of the collection. We used to have a one-car garage-sized Lego City. That is now gone. We used to have Lego in basically every single room. That's still the case for this new apartment that I live in, but it's not as much as what we used to have. We used to have sets like the Millennium Falcon from 2017, the Venador, and other larger sets like the Batwing. The list goes on and on. Those sets have departed us as well because of space and other reasons. A lot of the reasons that my collection has downsized is space and money over Lego. I kind of needed the money more than I needed the set, and that's how life goes. So without further ado, let's just jump in, starting in this room. I want to let you guys know, before you guys hit the comment section, I did not dust these sets, I did not straighten out my minifigures, and I did not go over a list of everything that I have. So I might get some set names wrong, you might see some dirt, and you might see some minifigures that my cat has knocked over. Drop a comment down below if it bothers you, but I already told you. So with that, let's raw dog this, and let's start over in this part of the studio, and then we'll go through the entire house. Let's do it. So we're gonna drop it on low down here, and we're gonna start off with some box sets. We have the Blacktron Cruiser new in box, and the Micro Rocket Launchpad new in box. And then we have about 6 sets that we will be building for the rest of November right there. Coming up, besides the fan and camera equipment, we have the Burrow from this year, from the September Harry Potter release. We also have the promo hanging out with it, with the other promo of the clock. And we have the Ford Angelia from earlier this year, all right there. Coming up, we're going to hit some Technic, everybody. We got the white and the gray Coensig Jescos from earlier this year. Then we have the Jeep, which I believe is now retired. We got the NASCAR Next Gen Camaro. Now coming in order, we got the retired McLaren Senna. And then we have the 2 Lamborghinis in the orange and the green. And then we come on down to the Bugattis from last year in the yellow and the Agile blue. So we kind of have a little mixture in this corner of some $50 Technic with a random Harry Potter. But you know what? We're going to continue with that Harry Potter with this little section I have right up here of the Tri-Wizard Tournament, the Arrival, featuring some of these minifigures I have up here, the carriage and that ship. We also have Buckbeak right there with a little side build kind of hidden right next to Fox the Phoenix. And then we have the Screaming Plant. Can't remember what the dang thing's name is. The Mandrake, that's what it was. Then like I said, I do have some Advent Calendar minifigs from I think last year, completing that shelf. Continuing on, we do have the Hagrid's Hut from earlier this year. I forgot what the direct name of it was, but it's Hagrid's Hut. And then we have some Forbidden Forest sets. I think one was a poly bag and 2 were some smaller sets. They're kind of hiding out here with the giant spider. I can't think of his name. Told you, not going to be perfect on this one. Then we're going to hit Marvel right here, where we have the Groot. I do not have the Venomized Groot. Don't need it. Don't think it's necessary. I like this guy. Then we have Rocket right there. Behind Rocket, we do go into DC a little bit with a Batman cowl. Then we go back to Marvel with the minifigures, some from Advent Calendars, some from the CMF from last fall. And then we have that really cool final battle in No Way Home. Or I think that's the right movie. Anyway, continuing with DC from last year. Last fall, we got the Batmobile and the Batwing sets. I guess it was the end of summer, not last fall. You guys get the point. Spider-Man mask and the Iron Man helmet. And then we have the Captain America and Black Widow motorcycles with the mech of War Machine. And then we have the Batmobile in the classic TV series from a few years back. Then we start to morph into the video games. We do have Pac-Man hiding out right there from last year. Coming up, we go into our Nintendo with our latest set. Video on this just came out a couple weeks ago, the Mario and Yoshi. Continuing on, we do have the Bowser, which is on the little stand. Last year's Piranha Plant. And then we have the question mark block just hanging out back there. On top of that, we do have the Bowser's car. What I said would be the gateway into getting future Mario Kart sets. And guess what? We're getting a year from when that set came out. Mario Kart sets, everybody. Cannot wait. Then we have the TV with the Nintendo right there. And then we have a remnant of the Lego City with the Mora Lego Amusement Park sign. That's how I remember I once had a city and I lost it. Finishing up with the video game consoles, I have the Atari right down here with the games and the little side builds. A little bit of a rando shelf right here with the Disney Villains set and the Minions. Coming over here, we get into some vehicles. We got some pre-19 random speed champions chilling out. And then we have some promo sets and other sets right over here from the past and present. Then we also have an Apple Magic Mouse. That's not a Lego set. And then we begin our Speed Champions in 2019 with all the sets featured and a downed minifigure, which I believe goes to the retro food truck. Then we continue on over to the 2020s right here when they went 8 studs instead of 6. 2021. I'm not going to point them all out. You guys can just see how I did this to 2022. And then we go to 2023. Like I said, these sets are all kind of mixed up here, kind of dirty. My cats like to run through here, so I'm just not in the mood to fix it if they're just going to ruin it again. Then we come down here to some more 2023. And then we come in here to 2024. Trying to get in here at a good angle. It's kind of tight and kind of dark. And then we finish up here with the later 2024. Then we have the Lego delivery truck from earlier this year. The CSI truck from earlier this year. And then we have the Lego promo for my new Lego store that opened up in Vegas this past summer. And then we have that hamburger truck. Coming down over here, we got some more sets like Darth Vader's transformation right down there for 2017, the 2018 Ford Mustang, and then we have the 2018 Ferrari Big Speed Champions kit down there. And then we have a Wednesday set of BrickHeads, which I need to make a short out of before this video comes out. Just found that out. Then we have Simba right here. That's the 18 and older one from this last summer. Then we go into Star Wars, which is what I have a lot of, everybody. Here is a Sith fighter. This one usually came in red. I made a Jedi version of it. Then we have a microfighter right down there. Some polybag builds. Then we have the 2015 Advanced TIE Fighter right there. That's what this set used to look like right here. Used to look like this one. This is the 2019-2020 Sith TIE Fighter with Finn chilling out. 2019 Millennium Falcon. Minifigures look like they're doing okay. And then we have Shin Hati's Starfighter and the Resistance E-Wing. Minifigures are in the E-Wing, and these minifigures are downed by the Falcon. Cats, everybody, cats. Bringing the camera on over as I stay low. I have my lower shelves empty because, well, that's where the cats like to run. I try to have these second shelves up empty, but unfortunately I do have the Imperial Star Destroyer featuring the 25th anniversary Cal Kestis with these minifigures on this shelf. Alongside that, a couple poly bags and my first Lego set ever, which is Kylo Ren's shuttle, now featuring all its minifigures. And then we have the new Imperial dropship and the Jedi speeder, or the Rebel speeder, right here, with the 25th anniversary KT, QT droid, whatever it's called. And then we have a Kylo Ren's fighter right here featuring its minifigures. Coming on up is minifigure, microfighter, battle pack, whatever the hell, galore. We just have clones on clones on clones, 501st, 532nd, droids, Mandalorians, snow troopers. Just, this is a cluster F of stuff. We even have stuff in the Mandalorian chilling in here. We have a whole bunch of assorted minifigures, some of battle packs, some of advent calendars, some just random Star Wars figures gained along the way. So let you guys take one more look at this shelf, as it is pretty entertaining with all the rando crap that's on it. Coming over here, we get into the Force Awakens era of Star Wars with this Resistance X-Wing with its minifigures. And then we have the Y-Wing with its minifigures, matching microfighter to the Y-Wing. Coming over here, we have a random battle pack. I forgot what these guys are called, the Dark Troopers or something like that, with a TIE Fighter just stuffed up in there. Speaking of stuffed up in there, we have a Imperial Transport Shuttle with its polybag variant and minifigures. Then we come into our first UCS set, which is the Land Speeder, one of my first Star Wars sets that was of this magnitude and still like one of my major favorites. Love that set. Then over here, we have the TIE Bomber with all of its minifigures. Then we have the AT-ST with all of its minifigures. Awesome set. I try to keep the shelves kind of themed relative to the part of the franchise and timeline that they belong into. We have the Captain Rex Y-Wing microfighter. Then we have the Republic tank. And then we have the Coruscant Guard gunship right up there. Getting off of my knees and standing back up once again, we're going to go into another busy shelf. Kind of takes place during the Clone Wars era, loosely. We have Anakin's Jedi fighter right there, or interceptor. Then we have Obi's. Then we have Yoda's Jedi Starfighter back there. We have the droid transport right over in there. Then we have another Jedi Starfighter for Obi-Wan and Anakin again. Polybag for the tank right there. And then we have Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator with minifigures in the 25th anniversary of this dude in green. I can't think of his name. I'll just admit it. I forgot. Anyway, he's a big important figure to Star Wars. Speaking of important figures, here's that scene from The Mandalorian. Forgot what this is called, but it's basically Grogu's escape. Coming on up, we have more Mandalorian era sets. Starting off with this microfighter. This is of the Razor Crest. And then we have the one of the newer of the N1 with the N1 playset right up top with all minifigures. This is a little advent calendar build that I just thought was cool and I decided to keep it. Then we have the Fang Fighter with the Snub Fighter, all of its minifigures. Here we have the Bad Batch shuttle. Told you I was always going to hold on to this one, and I do continue to plan to do so. I really like that. Then we have the Mandalorian fighter right back there. And then we have the Mandalorian Raider right there in the AT Walker, or whatever it's called. Then we have the scene from the Season 3 of The Mandalorian. Basically, this dude's last battle. Names aren't coming to me today. My mind is busy with other things. A little advent calendar build right there. And then we have the TIE Interceptor, which goes with the Fang Fighter up there. Continuing on, we're almost there, peoples, of this section. We have the Chewie Millennium Falcon microfighter. Then we have the Play Slave 1, or Boba Fett's starship. Then we have the microfighter starship with Boba Fett's mech. Then we have R2-D2, the 2020 or the 2021 version. A Grogu plushie. Thought that was really cute. All of these brickheads. Just let you guys take a look. There's a few good sets in there. Not too bad. Coming on down, we have the microfighters of the Luke, I think on a Tauntaun, and the Imperial with the Walker. Then we have the X-Wing right there. Then we have the Luke mech. Then we have Poe's X-Wing right there with a poly bag of the Snowspeeder. Coming over here, we have the accessories to it. Then we have the Polybag X-Wing with the 2018 X-Wing. And then the Han Solo microfighter and all of its minifigures, as you guys can see. Coming on up, we have the 2016, I believe, TIE Fighter right up here. Love that one. Right next to it is the recently restored and rebuilt 2023 X-Wing that I kind of ruined in a hot garage. Another set I ruined while I moved was this TIE Interceptor. It is back and it is looking better than ever. We do have another little polybag build of it that just came out recently sitting next to it. Then we have another advent calendar build of a Star Destroyer right there. Then we have the Executor diorama right up there. UCS Snowspeeder, Chewbacca. Then we have the new R2-D2 with the Darth Malak minifigure. I don't know how I can remember his name, but I can't remember the guy in green when he's a more important character. Back there we have an Imperial Probe Droid, another Walker, BB-8, a bigger AT-AT Walker. I think they're AT-AT Walkers. I can't think of the dang names today. Then we have Grogu, or aka the Child, at this point of production. And then we finish off with Yoda. And this Yoda does light up, but he is on a timer and it's not that time. Coming up here at the very, very top, we do have the helmets of the TIE Fighter pilot, Stormtrooper, Boba Fett, Darth Vader, Scout Trooper, the Red 5 Luke Skywalker helmet, Mandalorian, Dark Trooper, Captain Rex, Commander Cody, Princess Leia, the Bush helmet, and then we have the little droid up there, the Droideka. That all does it for this room, pretty much, with the exception of, well, we got some keychains, and then we have the Tales of the Space Age Lego Ideas right above the Galaxy, right there, with a poster I printed out of all of the cool Star Wars sets included. Then we have a plushie that I call Spaceman Benny with a alien. And that does it for in here. Coming into my kitchen, I have the, what is that thing? The orchid, the panda, the ukulele, the radio from earlier this year, and the bonsai bush. Before we get high, let's stay low. Let's start off with the Batman. This is the 3 sets making into one of the comic book Batman, I believe it is. Love that art piece. Then we continue with Star Wars UCS sets with the Sail Barge, which I just released not that long ago. And then we have the Skiff and Sarlacc Pit featuring the Nien Nunb 25th anniversary minifigure. We go into dioramas galore with the training on Dagobah. Then we have the little Death Star promo from last year, the 1999 Land Speeder right there. Back to the dioramas of the Trench Run and the Trash Compactor. Coming down low, we got the Final Duel right there, the Indoor Speeder Chase, then this year's Pod Race diorama. Coming over here, we got another 25th anniversary set, which is the boarding of the Tantive 4 with the Tantive 4 right next to it. And if you look, I put a little Leia with that set, and I put a Grievous with the invisible hand right behind it, little midi-scale ship. We do have the Mandalorian scene with Luke with the Dark Trooper attack right there. Then going low, we have Ahsoka's T6 with minifigures, the Millennium Falcon midi-scale with a little Han that I added. And then we have the Ghost and Phantom with its minifigures. Now we are high off our butts, and we can look at the sets that I have up here. Starting off with the Natural History Museum from last year's modulars with 2 extra buildings on each side. Then we have the Ideas Insects. We have the Beetle, Grasshopper, and Butterfly. In between all that, we got the Orient Express from the Lego Ideas last year in a lovely, and not to mention expensive, acrylic case from Wicked Bricks, or someplace like that. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Then we have the Ecto 1, another one of my first Lego sets ever. And not to fail to mention the Imperial flagship. Yeah, this is the expensive one. So expensive that nobody is willing to buy it because nobody wants to spend that much money on a Lego set except for my dumbass. Let's go into the next display. Before we get high again, let's just go mid. We have the Sandersons Lego Ideas Cottage. We have the cat from this summer, and then we have the Nightmare Before Christmas sets all right down here with the Halloween promo of this year and the cat and the rat from I think a couple years ago. It's kind of a Halloween display. And yes, I know, the cat is directly in the sunlight. I can't do any better for placing it. It is what it is. I'll have to fix it if it ever yellows. Now let's go up. Now this is where my die-cast collection is. We're not talking about that. No one really cares. You're here for the Lego. Here we have the Zen Garden and the Magic of Disney set. And because it was expensive, I don't know if it still is, Luke Skywalker's lightsaber in box, shoved deep back there. Talking about shoved deep, we have the Polaroid Lego Ideas camera. Coming up here, we have the Disney Celebration train with the Disney CMFs all across. Then we have the Disney promo. And then we have a cat toy that my kid keeps throwing up here. Let me get that out without falling. Okay, cat toy. And then we got our vehicles of the Countach, the Corvette, the Defender, Camaro, the Time Machine DeLorean, and the Vespa. Shoved way back up in there is the Porsche 911 and the T2 camper van. And that completes that shelf. While we're in this corner, we have the Artemis launch system with a little spaceman, 3-in-1, 2017's fishing store. And then we have a classic buildable large minifigure, whatever the hell it's called. Then we have a little taxi cab that goes to the Daily Bugle. Still got that one. Then coming around, we have the 2022, I believe it is, Boutique Hotel, 2019 or 2020 Corner Garage. And then we have a rebrickable Lego store and a rebrickable Friends condo and a rebrickable Ministry of Magic Harry Potter set. And then we have the Sanctum Sanctorum. And then we have 2018's Downtown Diner. Continuing on, we have the 2020 Police Station. So that makes the Corner Garage 2019. I was right. Then we have the 2023 Jazz Club. And then we have the 2015, I believe, Brick Bank. Off-roading on my couch, without trying to fall, is the Batmobile that just came out last month. Awesome set. It's just a display piece, nothing more. And then we have the Senna F1 up there, McLaren. Coming down, we have another row tucked away of vehicles from the Icons lineup. Walking on my couch, trying not to die. I think I just turned on my TV, dang it. Anyway, we have the farm truck, the two Fiats, the 2019 Mustang, the Aston Martin 007, the VW Bug, the invisible Ferrari F40, which I don't have yet, that's why it's invisible, the Mini Cooper, and then the T1. But wait guys, there's more in my living room. Let's go look. Here in my living room, we got Avengers Tower in all of its beautiful glory, with its promo that was sold with it, and its Leviathan that comes with it. And then we have the rebrickable Up House. Then we have the new Disney Castle right up in here. Very glad that my apartment had this space for these sets. Then we have the UCS Razor Crest. And then we have the Dark Falcon with its minifigures. And then we have the Mos Eisley Cantina. Pretty awesome collection of sets right here. Last but not least, we do have the Force of Creativity book and a centerpiece bouquet, whatever this is called, that my kids and my cats keep destroying. Now, just like before in my bathroom, I do have some Lego Dream sets. I used to have one more, which was the Treehouse. I've recently downsized it to just these. Now, over here by my printer is the Lego Ideas Treehouse. I got these two smaller Disney sets right there. The Series 25 minifigures. We have the A-frame cabin from 2023. The Series 26 minifigures right over in here. A bunch of other CMFs of random assortment. And then we have the little diner promo all back up in there. The Jurassic Park diorama. And then we have the Explorer right here. And then we have everybody's favorite, the Office diorama, at least one of my favorites. And then we come down to the Indiana Jones set, which I think I need to fix right here. And while I'm down here, I might as well handle it. Looks like my kids came in here and they knocked the ball down and they broke some other stuff. Go figure. Then we have an assortment of other minifigures back there with the T-Rex skull. While I'm on my knees, let's come over here and take a look at these sets. Now we have the Mars rover, the Dodge Charger, the GT right up there. Coming up, we have the recently featured from a couple days ago, G-Wagon, with the McLaren P1 and its promo right up here. Then we have the Lamborghini Cayenne. Now I got to get off my knees. Off of my knees, we go to the next shelf with the Peugeot. This is pretty much Technic Row with some system sets put in it, like with that ATV back there, the go-karts. And then we have the motorcycle right here, the Yamaha, Ferrari. Then we have the Batmobile Tumbler with its minifigures, a random brickhead, some city sets of all different types, some Star Wars promos in those black boxes back there. Then we have the Mercedes F1, more Star Wars promos, and some more go-karts and stuff, and city sets all shoved in there. A load of freaking brickheads of all different types, including all of the random Batmans, which is what he's a part of, right there. More Lego City sets in the crack, right up here. These are all sets from when I had my Lego City. I just couldn't get rid of them. And then we finish out this area with another McLaren F1 Technic set. And then we come over here to where I have my Batmobile. I was able to keep this one. I lost the Batwing in the move, but it happens. So that's the 2019 Batmobile from 1989. Then we have the Concorde, which my cat tries to walk on in the middle of the night. No fun. And then we have the vintage camera right there. And that does it for the entire collection. It still feels like I have a lot of freaking Lego, but the truth is I don't have nearly as many of the bigger sets that I used to have. A lot of the bigger sets were worth money, and when you are moving on a savings account, you don't want to deplete your savings, so you sell things that are, materialistic in order to take care of what's more important. Hopefully, I will be able to hold on to every single thing that you see in this video, but only time will tell. I have a few short-term goals. I am working now, as I said in a couple videos ago. Hopefully, I can make my short-term goals with that job and with some little extras I have laying around. If not, the collection will become smaller. So with that, guys, I hope you guys like this quick little tour of my Lego collection. As you can tell, there's no more Lego City, and it's quite sad. But what's really cool is, if you guys were paying attention, you guys knew me from when I had the Lego City, you guys will see little remnants like minifigures, cars, the More Lego sign from the amusement park, sprinkled all throughout my house and all throughout my collection as a reminder that we once had that. So everybody, you guys want to support this channel, there's two ways to do so. You guys can hit the thank you button right down below. Helps us get Lego sets just like this and keep the collection alive. Equally as important, you guys can hit that subscribe button and follow along with everything that we do. We do a lot of Lego stuff, but we do other toy-related things. But, we're all here for the Lego, right? As usual, share this video with your friends. Hit that thumbs up button, which is the like button, and like the video. And I will see you guys in November. Thank you so much for watching. You'll have a good one.